How you doing, everybody? So last talk, two people. We've only got 10 minutes, so I'm going to promise you Formula One pit crew levels of timekeeping here for myself and Paul. We'll get everybody out on time. I'm just conscious of some of the talks today, and one of the things that Hans had brought in his talk this morning is how climate change is impacting everything. And as my new role in climate is that we really must, as water practitioners, really look at climate mitigation as well as climate adaptation to the forefront of everything we do going forward. And then just another shout out, so this is going to be 3 local authority presentations in a row, and just the breadth of work that local authorities are involved in and delivering in for water is probably something that it really kind of stands out, and then the good work. So the Canon Project is the Collaborative Action for the Natura Network. It's funded by the European Interreg 5A funding pool, and it is a group of different agencies who are based in the north of Ireland, the Republic of Ireland, and in Scotland. So we've got local government, we've got educational institutes, we've got local small charities and that, and we're doing a whole range of different conservation work, but it's all based around the Natura Network. So some of the stuff we're doing, having good water quality or impacting water quality, is actually a happy accident, because a lot of the work we're doing is to benefit specific species under the EU Birds Directive, or to protect priority habitats under the EU Habitats Directive. So we've got a whole lot of sites going from the top of Scotland all the way over to Lough Arrow and Sligo, and then a number of raised bog sites in the north of Ireland. And Sliabh Beagh is one of the cross-border sites. That's going. My timer hasn't started, so I might fall down on my timekeeping here. So I'll try and keep going. Oh, it's going now. Right, I've gained an extra minute and a half there, I'd say. So we've got a whole range of different sites, and they're all based around basically around bogs or freshwater habitats and some marl lakes. And we are based in just one site. So where is Sliabh Beagh, people ask, and that's it there. It's on the border between Fermanagh, Tyrone and Monaghan, right up on the top of Monaghan. When you're standing on Sliabh Beagh, the Mourne Mountains are actually south of you. So you're actually looking down to the south to look at the Mourne Mountains. So we're based in, my previous work was in Monaghan County Council, and we were tasked with delivering the conservation actions on Sliabh Beagh. So kind of what is Sliabh Beagh? Well, it's a big yellow area there, and that's in the north of Ireland, and that's the special protected area. And then we've got the smaller purple area, and that's in the Republic of Ireland, and that is the special protected area in the Republic. And there are the big kind of Natura 2000 areas there, and they are protected for birds, and predominantly the hen harrier, but also the merlin in County Monaghan as well. And it's kind of in between Monaghan town, Rosslea, Lisnaskea, Aher, Clogher and 5 Mile Town, in sort of a triangle there on the border, and the 3 counties meet in a place called the 3 Counties Hollow up on the Blanket Bog. It's a very large area. It's the 3rd largest area of intact Blanket Bog in Northern Ireland, and that's inside the ASSI SAC in Northern Ireland. But then slightly unusually for an SPA, it doesn't have an underpinning SAC in the Republic, but it does have an NHA. So where does the water come in? So just giving you a picture here. You notice I don't really kind of have any borders on it because it is a cross-border site. This is a cross-border project. And you can see some stuff here. So we've got blue lines coming there, and our blue line's kind of in the centre. That's the Scottstown 10, and that is a Q5 water body up there. And then we have to the bottom left of the picture there, that's the Coldbrook catchment, and that's in the north of Ireland. So a lot of the conservation work we've done has had impacts or is aimed at benefiting the bog in both of those areas there. So we've listened to a whole range of talks on water quality, and this is the very top of the catchment where the rain falls, where the streams are not streams, they're just bog, and they become streams over a period of time. So this is the work really up there, up the very top, and some of the stuff we're doing. And now this is the bit of the head melt here, the tongue twister here. So the blue one there, the Scottstown 10, the conservation work we've done in the Republic of Ireland, that ultimately discharges to the sea in the north of Ireland. The green one's at the bottom left, that's in Northern Ireland. So the conservation work we've done in Northern Ireland, that water ultimately discharges to the sea in the Republic of Ireland. Inside the EU, outside the EU, rain falling, conservation work. It's all kind of interesting. So some of the stuff we've done direct we've done direct actions to help birds up there, the hen harriers. We've done stuff like clearing trees, right measures in the right place, right trees in the right place. This is a picture of self-seeding conifers, all the little dots out on the Blanket Bog. We cleared all the self-seeding conifers out of the entire ASSI. You can see there, so we go no conifers, all little dots are gone. You can see that from aerial imagery. Fire is another big impact, another big pressure that's impacting on Sliabh Beagh. We produced a fire action plan up there to look into the future to see what is climate change going to do and how can we impact on fire. As you can see then, you get burning on the bog. It's very bad for the species. It's very bad for water quality as well if you get big significant burns and you get a lot of bare peat left behind. So there's some of our impacts. So this is just a little thing we got, just kind of to recap my bit. Maybe one of the most unique things and one of the novel things is that we were a local government based in the Republic of Ireland, but we were doing direct conservation action in the north of Ireland on Northern Irish state-owned land, DAERA or Department of Forestry Service land. We've done that in collaboration with our partners Ulster Wildlife because it would have been a difficult path to get a memorandum of understanding with the Northern Ireland Forestry Agency. So we got our partners Ulster Wildlife to do the licensing for us, and then we acted as contractors on their behalf. So it's been very novel in the approach of how we've taken to actually delivering that conservation action. Right, I'm going to invite Paul up to finish off. Seems I'm no longer a Monaghan County Council employee. Paul will finish that part off. I can't take the credit.
Thanks, Rory. Hi everyone, so my name's Paul Sherlock and I'm the Conservation Officer for the Sliabh Beagh site. So I work on behalf of Monaghan County Council and the Canon Project. So I'm just going to give a bit of a brief description on the drain blocking we're doing up on Sliabh Beagh. So basically, we've done drain blocking on both sides of on the Republic of Ireland and on the northern side of Ireland. So this is just a bit of a diagram just to show the process involved. So step one, so we remove the scraw, which is the top layer of soil from the bog. So we cut a key in the drain and remove the bare peat. So the key each side of the drain is roughly between 30 to 50 centimetres. And we dig peat from the borrow pit, which you can see from just behind the drain there. And then we place peat into the dam and compact it. And then we build up the dam and place the scraw from earlier on top. So again, up to 50 centimetres in height. And then we reprofile and backfill the borrow pit, replacing any scraw. So this is just an example of the area we blocked in the special protected area in the north of Ireland. So as you can see, the green dots, so pretty much wherever there's a green dot, we put in a peat dam. So the green dots are drains, they're the priority drains. So as you can see, a lot of drains put in, or a lot of dams put into the drains here, and they're the priority dams. Now, so we're drain blocking in the Northern Ireland side. So the works took a total of 4 weeks. So we completed these in November, December 2020. So over 130 hectares of drains or dams were put in, 1,200 dams in total, and the dams were 10 metres apart. So the majority were peat dams with a small portion of timber dams, which we'll go through later. And then plastic digger tracks were used on the bog just to minimise disturbance to the bog surface and to the vegetation and for the plant species, that kind of thing. And then also there's a big potential for further drain blocking on Sliabh Beagh, which again can help to reach climate change targets. So that's just an example of a photo of the drain blocking. So as you can see, high water level table in the drains, and then wet bog, that's what we're looking for. And then you can see the scraw, the vegetation placed on top of the peat dams as well. This is just an example now of the Sliabh Beagh area. So as you can see the digger out in the bog. So the majority of the bog out there on the northern side is a flat terrain, as you can see there. Now, timber peat dams. So we only put in roughly about 8 of these timber peat dams. So this was just done for kind of parts of the drains that were larger, kind of wider, deeper kind of drains. So just to give the dams more structure and more stability, just to keep them in place. As you can see, timber stakes were put in, and then timber sheets, and then the peat was filled in between the timber and then around, just to give the dam in general more structure and more stability. And as I said, just for the wider, kind of deeper drains to help them. Now, so we also did some drain blocking in the Republic of Ireland in the special protected area at the start of this year, so in February. So the works took a total of 5 days. So the area comprised of 2 long drains found within the Sliabh Beagh NHA, which measured over 1.2 kilometres in length. So 120 peat dams were installed in total. And as you can see in the distance there, so we've got in the drains, the water table level rising already, and then you can see the drains in the distance. And this is, believe it or not, this was 3 days apart up in Sliabh Beagh. So on the left, that's how wintry it gets. So on the left, dam's been put in, and then 3 days later, nothing but sunshine. So that shows the conditions, how they can change very quickly. And these are just examples of the drains we put in November 2020 on the northern special protected area. So this is what we're looking for. So the water in the drains rising up. And again, when the water goes through the drains and it hits the peat dams, the water is diverted to other areas of the bog that mightn't get the same amount of water. And again, the right-hand side, good wet areas of the bog. And again, this is just another example. So wet bog, you can see on the right-hand side, that's one of the borrow pits where we take the peat from. So as you can see, the vegetation growing back, and then a lot of water there. So what our main aim is to re-wet the bog. And this is just a bit of imagery now that we got from the drains we blocked in 2020. So as you can see, the 3 long drains going across the screen, and you can just make out, this looks like it's stitching together, so that's the peat dams. We placed them 10 metres apart, and then you can see, so it happened the regrowth of the bog, and again to re-wet the bog. And then again, just if you look to the right-hand side, you can make out again, there's a long drain, and then there's peat dams put in there. You can just make them out, and again to the right of that, you can see the kind of circles. So they're the borrow pits where we're taking the peat from to fill in the peat dams. And again, just any contact information, myself and Rory, that's our email addresses. And again, the Canon Project, there's a website as well where you can keep up to date with any of the works that have been carried out, and you can see the different sites that we're working on at the minute. Thank you very much.